People always ask me, would I move back to the UK? Do I miss the UK? Honestly, Australia has it beat. And let me explain why. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me. So Truck It Proud here. So today's video is going to be all about, is it actually better quality of life living in Australia compared to the UK? Stick around, let's find it. So Australians tend to have a better work-life balance. It seems here people tend to work to live rather than in the UK where you seem to live to work. And let me explain a little bit more about that. So if you have ever come to Australia, then you might have realized that shops seem to shut quite early. Coffee shops are shut reasonably early. It's just a different way of life. So one thing I will say about the quality of life here is it's a bit of an obvious one. Obviously the weather. So this year, I've been here a year now, I've probably had about 4 weeks where it's not really been the best weather, where you can't really, you know, go outside and do all the things that you might want to do on a nice hot sunny day. But that just makes you sort of venture a little bit further and do some of the stuff that you probably wouldn't usually do, like go shopping and explore other places. Whereas in the UK, it was the polar opposite. It felt like there was only 4 weeks of the year where you could sit in a beer garden and, you know, have some nice sunshine. So yeah, it's a total flip of climate. One thing that's massive to me and my partner is the fact that the houses are slightly bigger here. I wouldn't say that they're massively bigger. They're not quite America, sort of Canada size, but they are definitely bigger than the UK. In the UK, we had a tiny little garden, which was no bigger than maybe 4 sheds put together. It was a postage stamp compared to what we've got now. Nothing makes me happier than seeing my girls running around in the garden, playing with the dog, going under the sprinklers, whatever it may be. It just gives you that more outdoorsy kind of community lifestyle is the next one. So here in where I am in Western Australia, the community is a big thing. It can be good and it can be bad. There's many things about being in a small community. So if you're a dickhead, everybody knows you're a dickhead. But if you're just a nice normal person with a normal family, most people just get on and there's that community spirit. You'll see the same customers that come into your shop, you'll help them out, you'll start to get to know them, you'll build a rapport, and then you build sort of friendships, I guess, through that. One thing I've noticed at working at Mitre 10, there's a lot of the customers that come in and yeah, we sort of know them on first name basis, where in the UK, if I was working in B&Q or Costco's or wherever it may be, it just didn't really happen. Now this one to me is very important. This is probably the biggest reason why we moved here, especially semi-rural where we are, and that is safety. Safety for your children. Being away from the city, not having, you know, your children constantly surrounded by strangers. There is safety in communities like this because everybody knows everyone. Everybody kind of looks out for each other. So there's definitely that sense of it's a safer place to be than if you were in a big town or big city somewhere else in the country. So like I say, that's probably not for the whole of Australia. I'm sure there's places. So let me give you a little example of what I mean by safety. So for example, when I first got here, I went to the park with somebody, a friend, good friend now, but at the time was, you know, someone I barely knew. And our kids were playing together over the park and they sort of wandered off behind a bush. And me being from the UK, I'm helicopter parenting, as he liked to put it. I'm constantly looking to see where they are, panicking. But yeah, not that you should ever not be aware of where they are, or, you know, but you don't have to be that sort of on a high intensity sort of alert. And yeah, I've sort of relaxed a little bit, but not I don't think that's anything you'll ever get out of when you come from a place where, you know, you have to be on the ball. It kind of gets ingrained in you, and yeah, you tend to, it tends to be sort of fixated into your very nature, I guess. Holidays. So you can't just jump on a plane and jump over to Europe. Yeah, it's not a big problem because you're on an island, a very big island, and there's so much to do and so many places to visit just within Australia. And if you did want to get on a plane, it's not the end of the world. You can just hop over to Bali or Thailand or wherever it may be in Asia. But yeah, like, it might take a few days or a few weeks to drive to the other side of the country, but there is that option, and you can do so much on the way. You just need a sort of cheap setup, a reliable car or ute, and yeah, away you go. And I guess because you're near the beach all year round, you don't long for those beach holidays that you long for when you're in the UK, where you're saving for, you know, 8 months of the year so you can go and spend a week in Benidorm. Well, I can get in my car, drive an hour down the road, and I'm at the beach. And it's nicer than Benidorm. There's not the old home from home either, but you know, it all depends what you like, I guess. And a massive reason why Australia, in my opinion, offers a better style of life than the UK is because you can earn twice as much in pretty much most industries. Now, obviously it's not going to be every job, but across the board, I would say probably 80% of the jobs here, you earn more, if not double. Alright guys, so I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, then don't forget to give us a little like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Really helps out the video. Oh, and hype really helps out the video. And hopefully, I'll see you on the next one. And if you did like this video, check out this one.